Hey guys, just here with JHart Modelworks coming to you with another video on the Dedicated Scale Enthusiast Show. Last week, I attended the show in Denton, Texas. It was an absolute blast. I got to hang out with some really cool guys, check out some amazing cars, and just it was a fantastic competition. Look, everything on the tables was gorgeous. We're gonna go ahead and talk real quick about how I did, how things are going, and then I think we're gonna wrap up with just some open video of the show tables. So let's go ahead and get to the intro and then get down to the show. All right, so like I said, I went to the show. It was an absolute blast. I took 13 cars in the garage diorama. Technically, I took 15 cars because I put 2 in the garage diorama. But I took 13 cars that I competed with and the garage diorama. I did really well. I did better than I was expecting. You know, me and Gary were talking, and Gary's like, "How do you think you did?" And I was like, I'm thinking maybe I did 2 or 3. Realistically 1, and I took home about 6 pieces of hardware. It was a great show. The garage diorama was an absolute hit. It got a lot of attention. It took home the Best Weirdo Award, which is what they called their miscellaneous category. So it took the best in the miscellaneous category. It also took the Dedicated Scale Magazine's staff pick. The 37 Ford pickup took home an outstanding, which is like a 2nd or 3rd place. I believe it took a 3rd in the street truck section, so it did an outstanding truck. The 66 Ford GT40 took an outstanding, I believe it took a 2nd for the competition class. Now, the way they do it, they're very much a lowrider group. Like, they absolutely, like, the Dedicated magazine is typically about that lowrider life. The clubs are all very much lowrider builders. Plastic Society DFW is very strongly a lowrider group. Down to Scales has a lot of lowrider influences from the Cali side. Both are great groups, and there's some fantastic lowriders, but they don't split hot rods and street machines. They put them in one category. They didn't really think they were going to get that much entries, and yeah, that category just completely filled up. It was a really good category, and I took out an outstanding in the hot rod and street machine section for the 69 Mustang. I believe that one took a 2nd as well. And very surprising to me, in the import section, the Ferrari 360 Spider that we just wrapped up recently took an outstanding as well. I believe that one was a 3rd. It may have been a 2nd. I can't remember off the top of my head. That car does a lot better than I expected it to do. It's a gray car. It's a metallic. It's Grigio Silverstone, so it's kind of a dark silver, red stripes. It is a very clean build. It is very cleanly done. But I mean, it's kind of, you know, just a really subtle, subdued kind of build. I had it sitting right next to the GMA T50, bright, screaming candy orange, matte finish carbon fiber, not even just the standard twill weave, but actual forged carbon, hand painted. That car surprisingly has not taken an award to any show that it's gone to. So yeah, sometimes things don't do what you think they're going to do at a show. Sometimes they do better. Sometimes they don't do as good as you think they should. So shows are interesting, and they're really fun. Like I said, you get to meet all sorts of new people, you get to see new builds, you get to be deeply inspired. I really want to get back to building. I need to clean up around here. As you can kind of see behind me, it's an absolute mess, but I don't want to clean up. I really want to get started on the next couple of builds. So if you haven't been to a show, I highly recommend going. Take something and enter it. You don't even have to win. Just showing your work and letting other people see it, talking with other people, getting feedback on stuff. It's an absolute blast. But I mean, even if you don't enter anything, go to shows, talk to other people. It's always a great time. Usually there's some great vendors. They had a few vendors over at this show, nothing I was really looking for, but then again, I'm not really looking to buy anything. I have an entire closet full of kits that I really need to build, and I want to build all of them right now, so I really don't need to add to that. So I did not pick up anything from the vendor section at all. Right now, I am working on paint samples for a few of the upcoming builds. Getting a feel for what the colors are going to be, getting all that narrowed down. I pretty much know what I want to do for the Insomnia build. I've already got the colors picked out. I have had them picked out for quite a while. The Pops Trans Am, the 78 Trans Am for Pops, I've been kind of I was playing with the idea of House of Colors Candy Cobalt over Galaxy Gray base, but I think instead I'm going to do Mr. Crystal Colors Sapphire over a black primer. I shot a test spoon, and here is what we are looking at. So this small little section over here is just the black primer, and the rest of this spoon has some Tamiya Gloss Black, which I had at pretty much a mirror finish. And I wanted to see if there was going to be enough difference to make the Gloss Black base really worth it, and honestly, I cannot see much of a difference at all. Definitely not enough of a difference to go through all the extra work of trying to get a glass-like finish on a coat of gloss black, and then make sure there's no defects, get it all polished out, and then run the risk of, polish interacting with the next layers of paint or something. So I really don't think it's going to be worth the extra effort, so I'm probably just going to shoot the Mr. Color Sapphire right over the black primer, which I'm absolutely loving that color. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous blue. And it, in your shadows, it gets like a nearly black finish. So I'm pretty sure that's where I'm going with that. Have a buddy build that should be coming up shortly, probably right around the time that I'm wrapping up the Pops build and the Mitchell builds. I'm thinking around that time, my buddy should be done with what he's working on, and we should get started on the Ferrari Monza SP2s from Alpha Model that we both have. And I've been shooting some paint on that as well. So here is the test spoon that I've been shooting here, which I've just been playing with some colors here. So this bottom color down here is Ferrari Bianco Avis from Scale Finishes. It is a really nice, it's kind of their default white. This up here is this same white, just sprayed with some of the House of Colors Snow White Pearl, which gets me really, really close to Bianco Fuji, which is Ferrari's default kind of pearl white. It is a gorgeous color. I would like to get a hold of some Bianco Liana, but nobody makes it. Splash doesn't make it. Scale Finishes doesn't make it. I could get it if I could get the color code for it, but I can't find the color code for it because it's a very custom color from Ferrari's TaylorMade program. And I guess from the understanding is that pretty much only Ferrari has the color code. Look, other places can get you kind of close, but yeah, whatever. As far as the greens go, this kind of darker green over here is a color called Verde Silverstone, which is a really dark green. It's got a really nice metallic to it, a little bit of a bluish tinge. This color in the center here is called Verde Scuro, and the camera is just not picking up near enough for you to tell the difference between it and the color next to it is a Verde Pinot. Verde Pinot is a little lighter. It has a fleck to it, but it's more of a green fleck. There's a silver fleck in the Scuro, which gives it just a slightly different color. And I wanted to do the Pinot on the 275 Spider, so I'm probably going to stick with the Scuro here in the center for the stripes on this car. So I pretty much have the colors nailed down for that. I'm just waiting on my buddy to finish up with what he's doing, and he's waiting on me to finish up with the builds that I have coming up, and then we'll be getting on to that as well. I think that's pretty much a wrap for me. I'm going to go ahead and quit rambling because I've done that quite a bit now. And we're going to go ahead and close the video out with footage from the show. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I always appreciate you watching the videos and the commenting and everything that you guys do to support the channel. I absolutely appreciate it sincerely. So enjoy the footage from the show, and I will catch you on the next one.